This episode is brought to you by SafeJet, the operators of the anti-dump mechanism that you see all other DeFi projects copying. SafeJet is the safest coin in the crypto game, protecting you from your whales and chart manipulators. That way your investment is still there in the morning. Free travel, cash giveaways, an experienced and doxed team also lets you lock, fly, and land with SafeJet. For more information, visit safejet.io, link in the description below.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get it started. A live episode of My Two Satoshis today. I got to make it fast because I got an interview with a very interesting project called, I think it's some type of karate crypto shindig. I don't know. We're going to check it out. I'll let you guys know about it, but I'm interviewing the founder of that organization. Hope everyone's doing well out there. Let me take these thunder shades off. We got a lot of business to go over today. Shout out to my man Jojo Wave for checking in today. We got Journey into the Crypto in the building. D-Born is also with us as well. Show us some love, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that thumbs up. Hit those like booties, like I always say, so we can get those algorithms cracking. All right, today we're going to start with, of course, the chart. We got to start with the chart. And as you see, a lot of people, including, I gotta shout out my man Default, one of the contributors on the channel. He was excited along with many others when we saw this breakout up here. Okay, we broke out of this like pennant. All right, and people were very excited. I said, we gotta wait and see. Let's be patient. Wait a couple of hours, more than a couple of hours. Wait a couple of days to see if we can sustain that rally above that area, because that was big selling pressure in that zone for us to break out of that. It broke, it failed. Okay, and what we're seeing, if I extend this outward, we actually saw a test on the bottom side of that was rejected a few times, right here and right here. That is not great news, and we've been going lower ever since, and I said that we would head back to this trend line. Okay, that's where I think we're headed. Let me just extend that outward as well. Make sure that's lining up. Yep, that looks good. One secret. I've been doing this for a long time, these charts and stuff, right? I don't use any indicators. Only indicators and stuff I use is when I integrate them into my algorithm, my signal. But when I'm looking just bare naked chart reading, all I use is support and resistance and maybe some Fibonacci's here and there. But what I want to show you guys is the proper way to draw trend lines. You may ask, why didn't I draw it down here? Like that. That would be the wrong way, because there's only one touch point on that trend line, not including the original, pivot. So I drew it up here and had it there. I haven't changed it because that is actually where you see not only one, but like 4 or 5 touches there. I mean, you got 1, 2 here, 3, you got 4, you got 5. That's why I drew it that way. You want to sync it up to where you're seeing the most price action off of those trend lines. That's a little gem for you out there. Those that want to increase their chart reading skills, if you want to say that. But that is where I think we're heading, back to that trend line. And it's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. It has nothing to do with what's going on in the crypto markets. Ethereum is outperforming other cryptocurrencies. And we may touch on that today as well. But it has nothing to do with fundamentally what's going on within the crypto space, but more to do with what's going on outside the crypto space, and why I was very confident that we would see it was a fake out, simply because we had 9.1 print on the CPI last week, or a week and a half or so ago. And this week is the most pivotal, the most critical week in crypto in a while. We're going to see if the Federal Reserve is going to just do a 75 basis point increase or do something more. I'm leaning toward them doing a little bit more and shocking the markets. So we will see. We'll get more information on that tomorrow, and the FOMC meeting is actually Wednesday. So they meet tomorrow. We get the notes on Wednesday, which tells us what they decided to do. So with that being said, hit those thumbs up, hit those like booties. We need the love out here. We got 19 people watching at the moment. Let's get those thumbs up. Voice Crypto in the building. Thanks for tuning in. Got some YouTube members, premium paying members. Here's another one. The Tech Geek is in the building. Thanks for joining in. Minho from across the pond. Yes, live stream, bro. Trying to do these more often. He said 50 or 75, we could see Bitcoin rally higher. I agree. Good point there, Minho. If we only see a 75, or even let's say I don't see this being in the realm of possibility, it's possible, but it's not probable that we see only a 50 basis point increase in the interest rates. I don't see that happening. But if we do, yes, super rally in Bitcoin, that's going to kick off the next leg up in the Bitcoin crypto rally, including the equity markets as well, the stocks. So I'm with you right there, Minho, for sure. So that's where we are in regards to, the charts. And I was right. I have to say I was right. I did not think we would sustain above these areas, though I did see some changes in the market structures on price action over the weekends. We started to see some pretty volatile weekends, which we haven't seen in a while. And I was a little curious as to why that was happening. But anyway, to say the least, the fake out happened. We're back inside this wedge. And I think we're going to test the bottom part of this. And at that point, by the time Wednesday rolls around, this is a 1 hour chart from Bitfinex, guys. By the time Wednesday rolls around, and I can do a quick estimation on this, that'll be 3 days. So Wednesday would be like right here in this range, somewhere around here. We should be like near the bottom of this trend line or this pennant, okay, wedge or whatever you want to call it. That's going to determine if we see a nice, if like Minho said, we only get 75 basis point, we may see a rally that pushes us back up. If we see 100, okay, which I am personally anticipating, we see a hun bun, I think we break hard to the bottom, okay, and then that takes us. We'll probably test this area here, 16-ish, 17.5, same color t-shirt. Remember that line? Yeah, that's where we're going if we see 100 basis point increase by the Feds, in my opinion. So we'll just have to wait and see. But we do have, as I stated, Ethereum has been doing strong, been doing very well. It is pulling back now, but that's just because of macro reasons. Everyone is on edge. Even the stock market, we'll take a look at that in a second as well. But Ethereum has rallied over 14% last week. That's a strong rally, and really outperformed Bitcoin. And many people are talking about it because it is due to this merger event that will be completing the transition, as you guys may know, from proof to proof of stake, from proof of work consensus, which it currently runs on. Okay, now with that transition to proof of stake, there's going to be a lot of coins pretty much killed out of circulation. And so that's what a lot of people are. The markets are really kind of bidding up the price of Ethereum because they think that there's going to be less supply out there for us. So that's why you're seeing Ethereum outperform Bitcoin. And at some point, I truly do believe there's at some point we will see Ethereum flip Bitcoin. All the maxis are going to be mad. I know. I'm not even a huge fan of Ethereum, to be honest with you. It's got a lot of downfalls or pitfalls. However, it has way more utility than Bitcoin does. I mean, it shouldn't even be a debate. So the more activity and economic activity you see within the blockchain industry, the more value you're going to see extracted or presented in Ethereum. And I think at some point in the near future, you will see Ethereum eclipse Bitcoin market cap. Not its price, but its market cap. Keep that in mind. Not its price, but its market cap. There's a difference. But I definitely see that happening. You guys let me know in the comments. Do you think that is a possibility? Here's one for you. Tesla reports, I don't know if you guys remember, they sold like 80% of their Bitcoin stash last week or week and a half ago. All right. So now it's coming out. Guess what? They actually made $74 million off of that whole trade. They had Bitcoin since, I think, 2020. And yeah, they made $64 million. And here's your boy Michael Saylor. He said if you sell 75% of your Bitcoin, you will only have 25% of your Bitcoin left. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? Listen, I've never heard of anyone losing taking profits. I'm going to say that again. I have never heard of anyone losing taking profits. It is what it is. They have booked $74 million in profits on their Bitcoin trade. And to the contrary, you got Michael Saylor down $1.4 billion. He hasn't sold. He hasn't sold. That is the key. He has not sold. So it's unrealized. They're unrealized losses. However, ain't no crime taking some profits, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Tesla for taking those profits. Ain't no shame in your game in my book, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how you guys feel about Tesla taking that profit. 75% of their Bitcoin position. Here's the thing, leave the rest on the table. If it goes to $1 million, if it goes to $1 trillion, you still win. You still win. I don't see a problem with it. Rand said unlimited supply is a deal killer in the long run. Yeah, we'll see. There's a lot of talk about whether it is unlimited or how that all tokenomics works for Ethereum. Totec Sam says, when you think ETH flips Bitcoin next bull run? Yes, absolutely. Totec, absolutely. Next bull run. There are only so many more narratives you can spew as to why Bitcoin is so wonderful and it's like the second coming of Christ. I don't have a problem with Bitcoin. I mean, it's changed my life. So it's not like I'm a Bitcoin hater or anything. It has its utility. It has it's fit within the whole blockchain ecosystem. But come on now. Bitcoin is not the end all be all, ladies and gentlemen. And, as we begin to really start using these blockchains, you'll start to see that. The Tech Geek said ETH flipping Bitcoin in market cap. No, sir, respectively. Come on, man. That's an easy one. D-Born says Saylor sounds like Scrooge McDuck. I know, right? That is crazy. Saylor is that guy is something else. This is one I wanted to touch on, which was interesting. And, again, I think this is showing us kind of segueing away from or into, the whole topic about life after Bitcoin. This is what we're going to be seeing as the primary use of blockchain, where most of the money is going to be pouring into things like NFTs and marketplaces like this. But this is an old article I had, pinned for a while, but I never touched on it. The Gamestop NFT marketplace actually launched its beta a couple of weeks ago and damn near doubled the total volume of Coinbase's NFT platform sales in just 2 days. So, yeah, Coinbase not doing that well on the NFT front for some reason. But, yeah, I think this is a hit. This is going to be a huge success for GameStop. And honestly, can I just be honest with you guys? This long term may be the thing that saves GameStop. It literally may be the thing. Because, listen, no one's going to be in 2 or 3 years. No one's driving to GameStop to buy a new game. If you need a controller or something quick, you don't want to wait till Amazon Prime sends it to you. Okay, maybe you need to go in and do that. Get some hardware. But that business model is done. And if it looks like they're trying to pivot and not become another Blockbuster, right? We all know the story of Blockbuster and how that obituary read. They are pivoting and getting ahead of the curve. So kudos to GameStop for being proactive in their move toward Web3. So we'll see what happens there. Voice Crypto says Maxis would say, why not build on Bitcoin? Man, that I'll leave that for another stream, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the GameStop NFT marketplace stats as it stands for right now. Last 24 hours. I mean, they're doing decent numbers. They're doing decent numbers. And, you know, I think this is something you guys should start looking into. Look into some of these collections that are on the NFT marketplace. They may be a good look for you, even though you see some of these are down pretty big. Like in the last 24 hours, Cybercrew is down 36%. But to the contrary, you look at Monkey Business, they're up 872%. So big money in this space. Please go check out. All you got to do is type in nft.gamestop.com. Take a look around and see what coins are over there. And you may want to start looking into those as potential investments. Not telling you to. I'm still trying to learn this whole NFT space myself. So I'm not going to say I'm a subject matter expert on it. Let's see here. The Tech Geek said, I agree with that. I literally haven't been to GameStop in 3 years. We download our games. Exactly. Minho says, I think the gaming sector is going to blow up. Yes. It's going to be one of the biggest sectors. And Bitcoin isn't primed for taking market share or taking advantage of that next leg up. So Dr. Moda says, Kamala, Gavin both care about you, friend. Beto too. NW winning. Kamala don't care about me. She didn't care about me when she was locking up all my brothers, you know. Hey, that's another conversation again. Let's get back to it because I got like literally 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I got an interview here at 4 o'clock. I want to just go through a couple things here, though. So the Ripple versus SEC situation really is and should be less looked at and more looked at. You should be looking at is the LBRY versus SEC lawsuit. That one is big. I talked about it a little bit last week. I talked about it on BitBoy show a little bit as well. The interesting thing about this lawsuit, and really more so Coinbase, situation with the SEC, is that they are saying 9 of the 25 tokens that allegedly were traded in this whole insider trading case with Coinbase were securities. That was a big thing that when the story broke, a lot of people didn't highlight that. And this was the glaring thing and sentence that stuck out to me and had me very concerned about the future of many of these tokens. They didn't say which 9. That's important to know. I would love to know which 9 they're talking about, because in the LBRY versus SEC case, they're saying that the LBRY token is a security, and they pretty much just said it doesn't matter what you think. We're telling you that anything and everything can be a security. They even said that if the token was not even issued by said company, but by someone else, and people used it on the platform, it can still be deemed as a security. Even if it has utility, it can still be deemed as a security. Basically, if 1 or 2 people or a very small portion of people profited financially from it or was looking to profit, then it's deemed a security. I mean, if LBRY loses this case, ladies and gentlemen, this is a watershed moment for our industry, and a watershed moment in a bad way. These guys, the SEC, I tell you, I can't even tell you. I'm not even going to say it. You can figure out what they are and what they do and who they protect and who they do it for. I'm in a Netflix documentary coming up end of this year, beginning of next year, on a company that was targeted by the SEC. Many of you, some of you, not many, some of you, my earlier subscribers, can probably connect the dots, but I pretty much explained to them in the documentary that, listen, the SEC is there to protect Wall Street. That's all they are there to do. keep the money flowing into the Wall Street hands and coffers. And that's what it's all about. So, now you got companies like Coinbase feeling the wrath of the SEC and how unfair it is. So we'll see, man. But this is not a good look, because this now puts Coinbase in a very bad situation, because they would be, and they, in the insider trading case, they said they'll get to this at a later date as far as the securities that they deemed were the tokens they deemed were securities. They'll get to that part later. They want to focus on the insider trading case at the moment. But that's going to put Coinbase in a very bad situation as a publicly traded company. Basically, they're going to be looked at as selling unregistered securities. It's not a good look. The stock will go lower. If you didn't think, you could lose more than 90 or 85%, you can lose another 85% and another 85%. Yeah, it can get worse for Coinbase, essentially, is what I'm saying. EOS is a dog. EOS is one that has been cleared by the SEC, surprisingly enough. We'll see how that pans out. They just can't seem to get execution. They can't seem to execute. There's too many opinions. There's not a cohesive vision, because so many things have shifted in that community, and it's taken them some time. So we'll see what happens with EOS. They're trying to make something happen, but EOS.io, the protocol, is doing a great job on Telos, on Wax, and a number of other iterations of that blockchain. So let's see what we got here. What's going on, Goku Dragon? Thanks for tuning in, man. Crypto Writer said good live stream. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. So let's quickly, I got about 5 minutes here. There were some other ones I wanted. Oh, yeah. And just really quickly, I'm long-winded, boy. When I do these live streams, I just can't shut my mouth up. You got Nancy Pelosi's husband buying millions of dollars of Nvidia stock. They basically insider trading. She knew that, they were going to pass this chip manufacturing bill that would directly impact Nvidia on the upside. And hey, they don't get in trouble though. But yet you want to go after, LBRY and Coinbase. It's blaring how horrible and how corrupt this system is. And I blame us, not myself per se, but I blame us in the crypto community for back in 17 and 18. I talked about this back then. Go look at all my old videos. I said, you guys are compromising. You're compromising our stance as a crypto ethos, is which to be separate from Wall Street, be your own bank, not, kind of lean into their system. We sacrificed that for more exposure. We did. We cheered on regulation. We cheered on these various things, instead of companies and projects drawing a line in the sand and saying, no, we don't care. We'll do this in an autonomous way. We'll do this in a way where you have no one to go after, but we're going to issue a token. It's nothing that they could truly do. There is something they could do, but I'm just saying, you have enough of those projects doing it, then there's power in numbers. There's power in numbers. Tech Geek say AMP, RLY, DDX, all these were listed. Oh, okay. I didn't see any of that. So I have to go look at that list. Thanks for pointing that out, Tech Geek. I did not see that. So I need to go definitely look into those. HBAR is one of my favorites, ladies and gentlemen. Just FYI. Ghetto Crypto said, good stream, brother. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. That was Cuban after he got rugged. That's hilarious. Yeah. So here we go really quickly. Got 4 minutes. I want to go over this one. This is hilarious. When it's a bear market, when those lawsuits start hitting, baby. That's when we're in the thick of it. So we got a lawsuit now coming up that Yuga Labs inappropriately induced Bored Ape Yacht Club investors. Okay, they're saying, listen to this. I highlighted this. Quote, after selling off millions of dollars of fraudulent promoted NFTs, Yuga Labs launched the Ape coin to further fleece investors. Now, wait a minute. Now we're calling these NFTs fraudulent, huh? Okay. Well, guess what? Don't be mad because you lost money. At the end of the day, that's what it is. People are just mad they lost money. And then that's when they want to go run to the Federal Reserve or the SEC or one of these other alphabet boys to basically come to their aid. And it's just sad. It's sad. It's like Stockholm syndrome, right? But yeah, they're getting sued. I think unrightfully so, to be honest with you. Even though I don't even care for this project anymore because of the kind of neo-Nazi undertones they embedded into their project. But yeah, I don't have time to talk about NFT worlds. I'll do that on the next live stream. I want to know in the comments, in the comment section, the chat room, if you guys feel like, if you know about NFT worlds and that whole situation. Basically, Minecraft put out this out of nowhere, blindsided them and said, hey, no one can build on our Minecraft engines and use NFTs and blockchain and try to build on top of it. That blew, man, that was a death blow to NFT worlds. That's what they built their whole business model on. We'll go into this tomorrow if I do a live stream, and I'll go through the whole how they got hit hard. And I'm wondering, what I want to ask you guys, I don't know this, but if this will affect Uplift World, because Uplift World was using Minecraft as well. So let me know in the comments about that. But yeah, just to sum it all up, you know, I think we are at a point where this week is very, very critical for us. We need to know what the Federal Reserve is going to do for those interest rate hikes. If they raise only 75 basis points, you may even see a rally, as Minho said. If you see 50 basis points, which is below expectations, you're going to see this bad boy just short coverings. It's going to be crazy. 1,000-point move, 2,000-point move, 10% day in Bitcoin, 15% day in Bitcoin. You guys remember those days? Yes, we used to have 15% moves in Bitcoin in a day, for sure. The wild 17s, boy, I tell you. But yeah, that's where we are. I'm positioning for a higher than expected hike, and which will subsequently put us back into danger zone of breaking that wedge. Okay, this pennant or wedge, I think this scenario to the downside is in play for us, but we will see. There's no guarantees, but just know that macro fundamentals news is what is controlling your crypto portfolio. Don't let anyone tell you differently. TA only gives you a very temporary look at what's going on. You got to just pay attention to the macro, and you will find where your portfolio is going. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Again, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell, all that good stuff. It's another My Two Satoshis. I'm out of here. Holla!